Hi and welcome to Soul Connect. If you're new here, my name is Carly and this is my channel where we connect into the journey of spiritual awakening, share tools on how to cultivate a deep-rooted relationship with the divine, and talk about all things life and love. I've pulled some cards here today from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck that I want to share with you guys. Now, I used to do this once a week, but I stopped because it's so important on this journey to begin tapping into your own intuition. And while tarot and oracle cards can help you to do so, seeking outwardly to others for answers is definitely going to keep you stuck on this journey. It's going to keep you stuck and looping in the obsessions and the seeking. And I don't want you guys to get trapped in the seeking. I want you to start to listen to your own intuition and tap into the energies that you're feeling. So maybe that means getting an oracle deck of your own or a tarot deck of your own. But again, using these only as a tool to tap into these energies and confirm what you already know. Now, that said, I sometimes still pull cards for myself as a means of deepening my own connection, as I just recommended for you guys. But last night, I pulled 3 from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck, and they're just so right on with some of the things that we've been talking about in the last couple of videos that I posted that I wanted to share them with you guys. Now, I'm not going to give you my take on these because, like I said, it's really important that you begin to practice reaching inside yourselves for answers, but I am going to post a picture of the cards so that you can see them and read right from the guidebook so that you have a better understanding of each goddess or deity that came up, and then you can take what resonates. Okay, so here we go. The first card that came out was Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. So I'm going to read here who she is. Mary of Nazareth represents the profound spiritual and creative power we all possess. Mary, or Miriam in Hebrew, was a first century Galilean, I hope I said that right. If I butcher some of these names, I'm sorry, guys. Galilean Jewish woman from Nazareth, who is one of the most crucial figures in the Christian tradition for having given birth to Jesus Christ. Mary has been venerated since the inception of Christianity and also holds a revered position in Islam. Her many names include Saint Mary, Virgin Mary, Queen of Heaven, Our Lady of the Angels, Our Lady of Good Counsel, Our Lady Undoer of Knots, She Who Confirms the Truth, and Theotokos, which means God-bearer or Mother of God. The Gospel of Luke relates that when Mary was engaged to Joseph, the archangel Gabriel visited her. Gabriel announced, "What joy! Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God." The angel then said, "The Holy Spirit will descend on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you, and therefore the child will be called Holy and Son of God." And Mary responds, "Let it be with me as you have said." Mary is present throughout her son's ministry, when he appears at the temple at age 12 and declares that it is his true home, when he turns water to wine at the wedding in Cana, and when he's crucified. She is said to have remained at his side along with Mary Magdalene. She personifies the steadfast and unconditional love of the archetypal mother. The title Mother of God, or Theotokos, was recognized at the council in 431 CE and best captures the power of her yes to the angel Gabriel. He hands her a lily in the Annunciation to symbolize the Trinity and to honor the fact that without her yes, the Christian story could not have unfolded. When your soul selects her card, I've always imagined that Mary was terrified to hear an angel loudly announcing that she was meant to be the Mother of God. Her surrender to Gabriel's words feels so courageous and too unacknowledged. Mary has no idea what she will have to meet with, what will be asked of her, or what this love for her son will put her through. But she says yes nonetheless, so that she can be in service of the divine. Mary's acceptance of her role has been in the shadow of the Christian story, uncelebrated because she is seen as so divine. But she was human too. She could have said no. Her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She heard Gabriel's words, "Be not afraid," and allowed the divine story to work through her. And she let joy dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what feels light. It does not have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. In the midst of our ordinary everyday lives, we can say yes to the angel who greets us in the space of our heart and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. Okay, I'm going to read here from the second card as well, and that is Lalita, the red goddess. Okay, I love how all three of these cards really build off one another. And they were pulled in this order too. Okay, so Lalita, the red goddess, who she is. Lalita represents the spontaneity that graces a heavy moment and reminds us that joy is a powerful spiritual practice. Lalita is a Hindu deity known as the Red Goddess because of her connection to desire. She is often depicted sitting on a lotus with 16 petals, known as the fulfiller of all desires. She is holding a golden bow that represents the mind and 5 golden arrows that represent the 5 senses, and the ancient devotional text dedicated to her. It is a list of her 1,000 names that fulfills all the desires of a devotee simply through its recitation. One of Lalita's many names is She Who Plays. The Sanskrit word Lila means divine play. Lalita loves when her devotees are able to move beyond dualities to the point where we are not separate from what we desire. She loves ritual worship for this reason, because it moves us from out of our ideas and thoughts of the divine and into our hearts, where we can experience the divine directly. Lalita is known for her spontaneity and for liberating her devotees with joy. She's the consciousness that comes when we get so caught up in taking ourselves seriously that we forget the profound, simple pleasures like sunlight on our face or the taste of a ripe strawberry. She's the delicious moment when we remember that we don't have to take everything, especially ourselves, so seriously. We don't have to be perfect or know the right mudras or yoga poses or chant for hours on end. What's divine is inherent in us. It's remembered, not learned. When your soul selects her card, answers arrive from disengaging with the energy that created the problem or question to begin with. We so often hold tight to what we desire with a grip that actually inhibits it from arriving. And we often take the soul by the collar and demand to know an answer right now. But when a desire is an imperative, there's an inability to be playful, imaginative, and childlike with how and when that desire will arrive. The secret to desire is holding it lightly. The secret that the Red Goddess knows is that we already have everything we desire, so we can trust that what the soul craves is and always has been ours. This is the levity that sparks a shift, a change, an expansion. This is the moment that we remember we are not separate from what we desire or from the divine. Lalita is that brilliant moment in a fight between lovers or friends when suddenly someone mispronounces a word and both crack up laughing. She's the levity that comes when we loosen our death-like grip on what we think we desire. She's the gorgeous, much-needed reminder that we don't have to suffer our way to what we want most. The path to what we desire and to becoming the soul we need to be in order to receive it can be paved with joy, with divine play, and with a sacred process of lightening up all along the way. Okay, and then the last card here is Marguerite Porete. So I believe that's French, and she is the mystic of divine love. So let's read here about her. Okay. Love is divine. I am nothing except love. Who she is. Marguerite Porete is the essence of divine love and the truth that all we are is love. Marguerite was a French Béguine, I think is how you say that, born in the mid-13th century. The Béguine movement was a spiritual rival among women in the late Middle Ages and emphasized an imitation of Christ's life. These holy women lived together in a semi-monastic community. They were not nuns, they didn't take formal vows and could leave at any point, but they lived in shared spiritual intention. Marguerite wrote a spiritual masterpiece titled The Mirror of Simple Souls. It reveals the spiritual process she went through to be transformed by divine love. I am God, says love, for love is God and God is love, and this soul is God by the condition of love. By 1306, the Bishop of Cambrai deemed her work heretical and condemned it to be burned at Porete's presence. Even so, it continued to circulate widely throughout the Middle Ages, and in some centers it was embraced as a piece of theology. Perret was ordered to stop circulating her book and to recant her ideas of God as love, but she refused. Marguerite was arrested as a relapsed heretic and a free spirit, which included the belief that humans could achieve union with the divine. The Catholic Church conducted an unprecedented trial to decide her fate. Like Joan of Arc, much of her life is recorded because of the transcripts of her lengthy trial. She maintained her truth that the soul has no other will but God's, and that when the soul is united with God's love, this state of union causes the soul to transcend the contradictions of this world. She suggested that we can be transformed by divine love into love itself, which isn't separate from God, and that ultimately no outside source is needed in this transformation. It's between the soul and God alone. Marguerite was burned at the stake in 1310. The Mirror of Simple Souls continued to gain in popularity but was distributed as an anonymous text until 1946. Marguerite's name returned to the text when it was published for the first time in 1965. When your soul selects her card, there's nothing more powerful than remembering that we are love, and there's nothing and no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It's between our experience of the divine and our own soul. We can let go of what we think when we need to prove. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or who we think we need to be in order to receive love, because we remember that we are love. Then we can stand in that truth even through flames. Marguerite is a courageous truth teller, and the truth of her experience is that love alone can free us, not the love another might give us, not the love of family or friends. All of this is powerful and significant, but the true source of love for us is in the fact that we are a soul, and that the soul is in union with the divine. She reminds us when we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are, and that true love is found within. Marguerite says, "Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit, and I am nothing except love." This is a time to own and to know this truth more fully. It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing the love we already are. Wow, okay, those 3 cards basically just sum up this journey all together, and definitely kind of pull together all of, I would say, the last 4 or 5 videos that I've posted. So I hope that was helpful for you guys today. Take what resonates, like I said, and leave the rest. I hope you'll, look at the cards too, because there's definitely other messages for you guys in there in regards to the pictures and whatnot. So, I hope you will take this message and use it to tap into your own intuition. And I hope you will hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more if this resonated with you. If you're needing more help or support on this journey, if you're feeling stuck and looping in those obsessions like we talked about at the beginning, my website is there for you guys as well, so you can check that out. And I'm sending you all much love. Until next time.